Hello, and today I'm going to be talking about the history of the NES, otherwise known as the Nintendo Entertainment System. Now, the first thing I'm going to look at is its controller. It had a rectangular controller. It wasn't the best to hold, but it worked. It was a very nice controller at the time. And the way the NES got into the market after the video game crash of 1983 was it marketed itself as a toy, because most of the other gaming consoles weren't being bought because no one thought they were as good as computers, so it marketed itself as a toy. As you can see in the corner of the cartridge, it says Rob the Robot. Now, that was originally packaged in because Rob the Robot seemed like a toy, and that's how it sold itself, that it was a toy. Because most people figured computers were better, so they marketed it to kids, young kids. And that's also how the Genesis marketed itself against the Nintendo, because it was originally against the NES. It wasn't always just against the SNES. It said grow up from your childhood NES and get a Genesis, because most kids by that time had grown up, and that was a very popular marketing campaign. Now, the NES was kind of odd in fact that its cartridges were huge compared to the Genesis cartridges. And it's also was packaged in with Duck Hunt and Mario, except they were on one cartridge. But they were packed in with one other thing, the Zapper. Now, the Zapper was used kind of similar to the Master System's light gun. The screen would go black, and then one little white square where you're supposed to shoot. And then if the light gun detected that with its sensor, then you would have shot it. So that's how it worked. And it was very neat at the time, in 1984-85. But they also had a lot of accessories. Now, turbo controllers were pretty neat because you could just hold down the button. This is the Nintendo Max controller. But they also came out with another one. It was the NES Advantage. And you had to sit down and put this on your lap. It was pretty big. It had a joystick. And you could even control how much turbo you wanted with these little knobs. You could have slowdown. It was really neat. The NES was very popular, and like I said, Mario Brothers was packaged in, and it was one of the best games for the system because they made 3 of them. Oh no, this is Super Mario Brothers 3. Alright, this is. They made 3 of them. So, it was a very popular console, and it lasted a long time. But Nintendo, when they saw the Master System was challenging them, they saw it wasn't that popular in America, so they didn't see it as a threat.